welcome to Indie Wrestling Q&A after EWA Summer Sizzler. I'm here with Big Top Cory Bush. How long have you been in the wrestling business?
May of this year will make 9 years, so next year it'll be a solid decade. I started in May of 2005.
Who were you trained by?
I started my tenure. I was born and raised in the town of Hagerstown, Maryland. Right on the edge of downtown, there's a school called the Superior Pro Wrestling Training Center. It was originally run by a man named Neil Superior, and upon his untimely death in the early 90s, it was taken over by a gentleman named John Rambo. And John Rambo was the man who first taught me the ropes of how to get in and out of a ring. There were countless others, though, that threw me around until I got it right and really learned what I was doing.
So what's been some of your most physical matches you competed in?
I had somebody ask me that earlier. Who was my greatest opponent? My greatest opponent is time. Because in this business, man, there's a clock ticking until your body gives out or until people just stop caring about what you're doing. So my biggest opponent has always been time, and the time it takes to get through to somebody about what it is I can do and who I am. Because the fact of the matter is, Cory Bush makes moments, and Cory Bush can change the world. So when you ask me what my most brutal match is, it's the last one. It's the one that makes me really hang up the boots and go home.
So what other federations have you competed in?
I've been actually, in my career so far, I've been a pretty long way. Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Florida. There's probably some more I forgot about, but I've been down the East Coast for close to 10 years now, just learning. This is just now, you're just now seeing the beginnings of what Cory Bush can really do. I spent a lot of time just kind of going and peeking my head around, seeing what was out there before I really tried to make my run at things. And here, EWA at the Summer Sizzler tonight is a very interesting kind of crowd they've got here. I normally don't care what the people think. It's not ever my problem. Wins and losses matter. People can say whatever they want about sports entertainment, but wins, you go forward, lose, you don't. Period. But it's a very unorthodox crowd here. They don't do what you think they're going to do. They don't move in ways and think in ways you think they're going to think.
So have you won any titles in your wrestling career?
So far, I did a tally earlier today, and right now I'm at 6. I've won the NWL heavyweight title, the NWL tag team title, the House of Pain heavyweight title, the House of Pain tag team title. The only person to put the NWL and House of Pain titles together. I've also won the GXW tag team titles down in Virginia, and I was the first and only GXW hardcore champion for over a year. I still wait to find my breakout match where I become a heavyweight champion and a very well publicized promotion, but I see it happening in the near future.
Have you ever been physically injured due to wrestling?
You never not get hurt. No one has ever been able to hurt Cory Bush. But the truth of the matter is that I've had to get stitches before. I've been knocked unconscious before. Gashes and scrapes and bleeding, and I've watched guys have their last match, and I've put people in their last match. All wrestling is brutal. There's no one thing you can pick out and say, this one shot from this one guy was the most brutal thing that ever happened to me.
So who would be your dream opponent?
They ask me that all the time, and I say, the next one. My dream opponent is whoever dares to stand across that ring for me, because I know I'm going to make something happen. I know if you stand across that ring for me, you're gambling with your life. Because I have put men out before, I will put men out again. I will be whoever I have to be to get what I want. And that is to be the biggest wrestling star on the planet.
So do you like wrestling the heel or the face?
I'm getting all technical on me now, heel or face. Wrestling has changed a lot, actually very recently. The lines used to be very clear. There was very clear, you were good or you were bad. But people aren't very clear anymore. This isn't the 50s where it's like squares and then the kids who, what was it in that Johnny Depp movie? There were the squares and then there were like the rednecks. That's not right.
What, the one when he has a card?
The Crybaby movie.
Yeah, Crybabies.
But it's not like that anymore. Everything is so many shades of gray now. People take what you do for what they take it for. I mean, there almost is no face or heel anymore. If I come out and say, screw you, but I do something you like me. People, their minds are different. I mean, it's no longer just because you do good, you are good. If you do something cool, then you're cool. So, do I like wrestling heel or face? I like wrestling to win. I feel, honestly, and this is my tactics going into the ring, if I can find a way to ram my body into yours hard enough, long enough, I'm going to beat you. I mean, some guys like to use a lot of strikes, some guys are very technical and they do a lot of holds. That is not who I am. I am built as a battering ram. That's how I wrestle. If I can slam into you enough times, you're going to stop breathing, stop moving, and I'm going to win.
Outside of pro wrestling, what do you like to do for some hobbies?
Cory Bush never met a drink he didn't like. I'm incredibly social because a big part of this business is learning about people. And it's not just the people in the crowd, it's the guys in the ring, and a lot of them you've never met before. So I go out to clubs or go out with friends and just people watch. Because I want to know what everybody's going to do in a bunch of different situations. Because it's going to matter when I get in that ring and I put somebody in one of those situations, and because I've seen it before, I know what they're going to do. And any great quarterback, any great boxer, any great fighter will tell you most of the battle is in the preparation. If you know what's coming, you know how to prepare for it, and then you know how to win.
So if they ever made a movie about Cory Bush, what actor could play you and what would the title be?
Oh, well, one, they'd have to hire me. I'm the only one who knows me. The movie would be 12 hours long. Truthfully, I believe my life is a movie. That's the way I live my life. I try to make events and moments that would be worth the theater, because when it's all said and done, all you really have is the story. I mean, if, like me, you believe there's an afterlife when you go there, you're going to have to talk to the people who are there already. And I watched Bill and Ted. You know Bill and Ted? The second one where they go up to heaven and all those smart people and the aliens are playing charades. It was because they had already talked about everything everybody could possibly know, and they ran out of stuff. Cory Bush's life is going to be a chapter filled with interesting stories that I'll be able to talk about forever. It's about making a moment out there. It's about making a moment in your life. And Cory Bush makes moments. That's what I do. It is what I strive and struggle to do. That's who I am.
If you had any advice for someone pursuing a wrestling career, what would they be?
Miles and miles of heart. For the first 3 to 5 years I was ever in this business, I have never been beaten harder in my life. And I played football for 9 years. I've amateur wrestled a little bit. I've been in bar fights and street fights. I've been a bouncer before. I've never taken beatings like that. You need miles and miles of heart. Not everybody is meant to do this, but nobody will get the chance to do this if your mind isn't tough. Because there's going to be times where somebody turns you or bangs you out, and you're going to be like, I'm done, I quit. And if you can't come back from that moment and decide that you're resolved and you're just pure will to be in this ring and in front of these people is stronger than any pain someone can put on you, you're not going to make it. I mean, as a professional wrestler, which is what I am, there was a time in my life that this was the sole income that I had. You need to be double tough. I mean, it's all about being able to get back up and do it again. Get back up and do it again. And the more levels you move up, the more days you put in a year. I mean, now I've wrestled every Saturday solid for 3 months. And I would do more if I had the capability to do that. But miles and miles of heart, that's my answer. If you don't got the heart to be doing this, don't do it.
Where can we find more information on Cory Bush?
Well, I mean, like everybody these days, I got a Facebook account, I have a Twitter, Big Time CB33 on YouTube. GoGXW.com. They're going to be adding me to EWA, whether they know it or not yet. I guarantee you they're gonna. HOPWF.com, NWL.com. Somewhere in the near future, there will be a CoryBush.com. The fact of the matter is, you come hunting me down, you're going to find me. I'm going to make a big enough impact where it ain't going to be hard when you look for me. But I have to ask you a question. Have you, or did you, at any point before you saw me here at EWA, hear about Cory Bush?
No.
You had never heard my name before. Did I deliver on anything you thought I was capable of when you saw me?
Yes. I like how you wrestle. I like just basically how you come out and, you know, you're big. Everyone will call you fat. You prove people wrong. You can wrestle.
Now, in this business, it used to be that men my size, my shape, and my style were revered for who they were. Yokozuna, Bam Bam Bigelow, Earthquake, to a lesser extent Bastion Booger, and the Manitou. The fact of the matter is, in the modern era, I, Cory Bush, maybe by myself and maybe with others, am out to prove that there's still a place for big men in this business dominated by hard bodies and plastic looks. The fact of the matter is, I'm all real. When they spend time at the gym, I spend time partying. And when they come out and think that all of that time is going to mean something, I mow them over. Because life is for living. And that's what I'm doing. Now, I come out here and do what I do in the ring because somewhere along the line, I was taught if I can hit somebody hard enough for long enough, people will care. And I am damn sure going to do everything in my power to get you to follow the story that I'm writing, because that's who I am. And with me, I carry the weight of the world. And what that is everything in your life, everything that you see that burdens you and makes life hard on you, were the same things I've experienced. And instead of sitting back somewhere and fading away off into the distance, I have taken all those times that somebody has picked on me, put me down, shut me out, sold me out, or kicked me out, and I've turned them into a weapon. And I've turned that weapon into a fine-tuned machine. You've seen it. When the weight of the world happens, no one gets up. Now, nobody's taken that seriously yet because I've had a couple of clowns to show it off to. But I guarantee you keep watching EWA, you're going to keep watching Cory Bush climb the ranks, because I have seen the champions here, I have seen the warriors here, and I am damn sure I am far from done taking over this place.
This concludes the interview with Cory Bush. Once again, I'm Jason Neville, the Indie Wrestling fan. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook.com, Indie Wrestling QA. You can follow his stuff on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Thank you again, Cory Bush, for having a great interview.
You too, sir. And trust me, one day, you and all of them will believe in the weight of the world.
See you next time.